17 seconds left on the shot clock. Williams, she's going to try to kick it out, but nobody's there. Turnover for the Wolverines now. Here come the Wolverines in transition. Hobbs with a nice behind the back, off the glass, and one for Jordan Hobbs. Wow, what a pretty play. Wolverines getting it done on both sides of the court.
Jordan Hobbs with 8 on the timer. Driving to her left, all the way to the rim. Lefty scoop and score. Here's Solom, double team. Dribbles out of it. Nice pass, finds a wide open Hobbs. Right wing 3. Splash. Penn State is out of timeouts, and the Wolverines can either run out the clock.
Take their win streak to 6 games. As Hobbs drives, and that will fall, and the Michigan bench pumped up for that bucket.
Again, not much movement for Delaware State on offense. I think if they're going to beat Michigan's defense, they're going to need to get a little something else.
How about Jordan Hobbs for a 3? Her 3rd career collegiate triple.
Blowing those plays up just by obviously talking through it and pushing people away. I think Michigan can continue that in the second half.
Michigan can go 2 for 1 if they like. Into Kaiser. Good find to Hobbs. Catch and shoot 3 is pure.
And that little hop step, once again, coming from Maddie Nolan. Everybody's learning from each other. Points, I think you feel good about this game if you're Ken Barnes and Rico.
The Wolverines passing the ball well. Nice performance from Jordan Hobbs. And oftentimes from conferences like the MEAC, you play a really tough non-conference schedule. Jordan Hobbs with maybe the exclamation point there for Michigan.
Kulo over to Miller. Pass inside, looking for a cutting Campbell. Knocked away by Hobbs. Here comes Brown. What a bounce pass. Wiggins, help over to Kaiser. Wolverines have the whole weekend off. Next game comes up Wednesday when they host Western Michigan. Inbounds goes to Hobbs. Turnaround jumper is good. I don't know if she thought the shot clock was going to run down.
Wolverines taking a much-needed break. Time expiring here in the 3rd quarter. Brown, a final drive, 4 seconds on the clock, 4-3. The Wolverines got it. Nothing but net for Jordan Hobbs.
Jordan Hobbs, the other super athletic sophomore guard, absolute.
Cool. Okay. Sideline reporter Amir Bektash and new University of Michigan president Santa Ono. You know, Dan, I gotta say.
Camp Schrader to Stuck at the top of the key. Finds Jordan Hobbs in the corner, fires away, and that 3 is good. With 5 seconds remaining in the quarter, Caroline Lau will bring it down the other way.
Michigan couldn't get any of the easy ones to go, but got that one to go as a turnover here from Wired. Uncharacteristic. Hobbs all the way with the left.
Caitlin Clark sitting this one out the last few minutes. She's getting set to check back in, as well as Monica Sonato. So interesting that Iowa going without their top 2 players during this stretch. Michigan trying to take advantage. Nice move by Jordan Hobbs. Kaiser over to Hobbs. And a couple of key buckets, and you can add that one to it. Boy, Jordan Hobbs has added a punch that Michigan has needed off the bench. Gabby Marshall coming into this game, 1 of 13 from the 3 in conference play. They needed her to get going, and that is a big-time confidence booster. And there's the answer, and a new career high here for Jordan Hobbs, who's got 12.
Bait the defense then with that just threading the needle pass. What a play.
Side to Kaiser, and now they are starting to find Kaiser in the paint. 6 points on 3 of 6. Hobbs, floater goes down off the window. Plus 10 on the rebounding column. Good feed inside to Kaiser. Hobbs another 3. That time it's good.
Of success, and credit what Shauna Green's been able to do, but she's been able to utilize the portal.
Kaiser, nice touch around the rim. Kaiser up to 14, Noblesville, Indiana.
Emily Kaiser is working right now. Practically gets down in the squat position to get the bucket.
Wolverines have battled some foul trouble. They've been able to force a bunch of turnovers, and Leah Brown offensively's led the way. She finds Jordan Hobbs for 3, and it's good. Hobbs' defense prompted the Michigan State timeout. Brown, the no-look feed to Hobbs, who has been awesome. Here in this one, Jordan Hobbs with 7.
Hobbs puts it on the deck. and kisses it off glass. A strong take by Hobbs. Wide open look for Hobbs, jumps right into it, and another three for the Wolverines, who are 3 of 3 from long range.
Brings the energy and electricity to the floor for Michigan, knocks in that bucket.
And another turnover for the Wolverines. There's no way to get back in the ball game with that. Masonis, no. Jordan Hobbs getting in there.
All the gaps.
There's 4 left on the shot clock. Great feed. Hobbs didn't panic, and Kaiser was in good position.
Love to see the support continuing with those players continuing to come back.
They have locked down defensively tonight. Hobbs out of the timeout with a 3.
Brown guarded by Sonano. She finds Felia out to Nolan. Hobbs hits the 3.
Another player who had a really good high school career in Indiana. Hobbs found some space, double clutches at the rim and puts it in.
Cook or McKenzie haven't had an open look at the basket.
Nice back cut there, leads to a pretty easy jumper for Leah Brown.
Alyssa Crockett into the game for the first time for Michigan. She sets the screen for Brown there, launches one to the corner, that'll be a 3 from Hobbs, nothing but net.
Bourne already halfway to her output against Michigan back in December. Had just 6, was 0 of 5 from downtown. Here's Hobbs. A rebuttal 3. Nice bounce back after the missed layup. Second-ranked volleyball prospect a year ago. Here's a steal from Leah Brown. Plucked it away from Maddie Kroll. Inside to Hobbs, and 1.
That's the way Leah Brown just evolved her game. She drove into 3 defenders, stayed patient rather than forcing a tough jump shot, and found Hobbs driving.
Nebraska's only lead was 3-0. Michigan's been up by as many as 10 as Hobbs stumbles her way to a tough bucket. Another look at Jordan Hobbs. Made its way to Hobbs, shot clock down to 6. Hobbs spinning, leaning, making. Hobbs into double figures, well earned there. Has sizzled, but Jordan Hobbs keeping Michigan right there.
5 to shoot. Hobbs a 3, puts it in.
Brown's playmaking ability gets into the paint, and it forces 2 Indiana defenders to come over to stop her.
Nolan. Hobbs a 3. Yes, and that ends a 6-minute Michigan scoring drought.
More fast-paced play off breaking the press for Michigan. Hobbs tries it 3. That's why they like her game. Filling in for Layla Felia. You feel that from both coaching staffs today. Brown with 6 on the shot clock. Finds Hobbs. She's already knocked down 1 3. There's her second.
Back to this, the assist. No look, she was looking up at the top of the key. Swings it over to Jordan Hobbs. Shot ready. Hobbs averages just about 5 per game.
Vibes have been high since shoot-around earlier today. Both sides had a ton of energy. Hobbs looking for her 3rd 3 of the game. There it is.
Emily Kaiser, 22 points.
There's Kaiser on the back door. She gets it to go in. Another thing, Michigan, they're taking more time off this clock. They're letting the play clock or the shot clock burn down. Now Hobbs from downtown. Hobbs gets it to go.
But she has been tough all season long. She really hasn't been out. And 1 for Jordan Hobbs off the inbound.
If they lose, they could still get that single by, but they'll need a bunch of help.
It's just easier as a team to control your own destiny.
Hobbs, beautiful 3. Hobbs with her 2nd field goal of the day and the 1st from deep. And then see the shoulder of that guy after the game. Hobbs with the steal and the finish. Back to a 1-point game. That's an open Hobbs. Pure shot. Great answer when Michigan needed it.
For Maddie Wilkie. Then some good ball movement, paint touches, open 3s.
OSU won both matchups in the regular season. Jordan Hobbs with an early shot, and it's good, and she's fouled.
Well, that's about as good as it gets if you're Michigan going against your rival, Ohio State.
Lauren Hansen with it now for Michigan. Back to Hobbs, top of the key, hands off. Layla Hobbs for three. This one's off the backboard. Michigan on Big Ten Plus. As Michigan looks to move the ball inside. Hobbs, top of the key, into the paint. Steps up, and the jump shot is good. And Michigan 16, Purdue Fort Wayne 8. Where they've been all quarter. Crockett moves the ball down far side to Williams in the paint, an easy layup.
And Michigan easily dispatches of the full court pressure there.
We'll take another look at that play. There's the pass right into the paint, easy layup for Williams.
Michigan grabs the rebound. Hobbs running the floor, gets it out to the corner from Camp Schrader with the three ball.
And I mean, what a pass from Jordan Hobbs.
Back outside to Hobbs. Skip pass for Layla Puts it on the deck to the elbow. Back outside for Hansen. Extra pass Hobbs. Wide open three. Splash. Into the lane. Back out for Brett. Brett with a dump pass for Hobbs. Wrap around to Evans on the low block. That was kind of high to middle to low action.
Maintain a 42-25 advantage for Michigan. Cross-court pass. There's a triple from Camp Schrader, and it goes. More pace from SIUE results in a quick turnover. More possessions for Michigan. Hobbs down the lane, behind the back, scoop, layup, and one! Rodriguez, tough shot in the lane, won't go. Offensive rebound. I went to Hallie Smith, and she just lost the handle. Hansen, good kick out to Hobbs. Hobbs a triple. That one falls. Michigan continues their hot shooting from half number one with two triples to open. Rodriguez, top 10 in the country in scoring heading into this game as Hobbs lines up another triple. Jordan Hobbs sprays home another three. Hobbs surveys the floor. Finds Crockett at the high post. High-low game into Stuck. Back out for Hobbs. Hobbs, a triple. It's good.
Northern Kentucky on Wednesday. First points in a while for Illinois. They still have gone a long time without a field goal, and Jordan Hobbs continues to fill it up.
And Jordan Hobbs, it's been just a phenomenal game. I mean, look at that spin move right there. She has been all over the place for Michigan. It kind of felt like Kendall Boss just wanted to get a shot up there. I don't know if that's necessarily the look Illinois was hoping for, but Bostic had two defenders on her.
Michigan now 6 of 6.
Wow.
6 for their last 6.
Halftime lead here on the road, and there's a three ball.
See Corey Allen, a true freshman from Nashville, is in the game.
Just see if it works.
Hobbs with a step back three, and she is feeling it inside the State Farm Center, 44-23.
He's got to slowly cut into this lead, get a few stops and slowly cut into it.
Hobbs picks up where she left off. 3 of 4 from downtown.
Already hitting a couple of those threes. That's a big thing for Michigan. She did not make a single three-pointer, a single field goal in the loss to Toledo.
10th Illinois turnover. Corner, Hobbs, 3. Yes, another for Jordan Hobbs.
Filia to Hobbs. Hobbs drives on Edwards. Nice little scoop and score and a foul. Jordan Hobbs stepping up big here in this fourth quarter on the offensive end. Edwards into Hobbs, right corner. 12 to shoot. Hobbs. Nice drop pass for Evans. Beautiful play. Handoff Hobbs. Hobbs trying to turn the corner. Driving left side of the lane with the left hand off the glass and in. Jordan Hobbs with 6. The Wolverines woke up just in time. Here's Jorge's pass, stolen by Hobbs. Hobbs up the right sideline for Hansen. Lauren Hansen into the lane. Free throw line jumper, good.
You know, we were talking to Coach Kelly Ray Finley as Hobbs launches from 3. That's a nice catch and shoot from the perimeter. You know what? Kelly Ray Finley is an excellent teacher, and she's a terrific communicator. Like, her players know exactly what she expects from them. They're starting to understand their roles better. I think she's done a really good job with this team. Tonight they have, well, they're at 50%, but they've only made 14. You know, and Hobbs, if she didn't get in foul trouble in the first quarter.
Rebounded by Florida A&M. Come the Rattlers. Suberitz wasn't looking for the pass. It's a turnover. Michigan back the other way. Hobbs, nice lead for Evans. This time on the right side. Cairo at the finish.
A lot of steal and score opportunities for us, but Michigan in the quarter court, they're tough. That's a tough code to crack.
Jordan Hobbs lighting it up from 3 to start out the scoring for the Wolverines. Misfires from 3 once more. She's 0 for 2 as she looks to expand that part of her game. Hobbs works her way inside. A beautiful finish for the junior.
Taking charges, 3 of them. And then Hobbs right here with the spin cycle, staying connected for the lay-in. Nice and smooth is easy here at home. Good rotation in the quarter court by Ohio State and a near steal by Sheldon.
That just beat Sheldon, and Hobbs makes them pay. More to come from the studio in LA after this. 5 on the clock for Hobbs. Skipping into the paint. 7 goals.
Well, Michigan ran a double drag action there. Layla Filia.
Well, Michigan is the best offensive rebounding team in the conference, averaging 15 per game as they go inside to Alyssa Brett. You think they came out with the intensity that they did against Tennessee? Like Terry Morin wanted to see. Hobbs, a much-needed bucket for the Wolverines.
Michigan consistently for the last 8 or 9 years has had it, as you see Jordan Hobbs get the bucket to go. The Wolverines have had so much leadership on the floor.
Tough one in their last game 6 days ago against Maryland. They out-rebounded the Terps by 16, but lost. Here's Hobbs drilling from deep, and Michigan has their 3rd three-pointer.
You can hear Minnesota communicating defensively.
Hobbs, tough shot.
This is where Jordan Hobbs becomes really difficult to guard. They got to get the ball back inside. Jordan Hobbs has had success when she can get to the rim. She needs to keep driving.
She does, and it works.
That's what Hobbs does so well.
Been as hot as almost anyone in the conference, barring Caitlin Clark. Hobbs, she'll try a 3. It's good. Jordan Hobbs cracks the seal for Michigan. Highlights for you. It was a lot of 3-point shooting from both.
So good at creating her own shot. And there you saw it right there. And Hobbs with the steal now.
Michigan 3-on-2 in transition. Hobbs settles it down, and eventually the ball gets worked around to the block for Taylor Williams. Wolverines only 1 for their last 8 from the field. 5.3 to go. They lob it up top for Taylor Williams, and who else? Boards in this game. Out-rebounding the Badgers 19-14. 0 for 4 from behind the line today is the freshman. Hobbs down the lane, left-handed hook. Why not from Jordan Hobbs?
Out on this starting lineup and playing so many minutes is she's a glue player for Nebraska. She knows the defensive system, good rebounder and good defender.
Hobbs feeds to the corner. It's Kyra Evans who knocks down the long jumper. So far in the first quarter, Huskers 2 of 4 from downtown. And here's the one made by Michigan, Kyra Evans.
11 seconds left, and then get something going toward the basket.
Gabe Schrader finds Hobbs for 3, knocks that one down. Jordan Hobbs with her first field goal. Kroll, last second shot in the quarter, goes off the glass, but it is a Williams able to secure another chance at it.
Yeah, miscommunication between Shelley and White. Luckily for Nebraska, they didn't cash in for 3, but they cash in for 2 there on a second chance. No wasting confidence and keeps going to the rim.
9 points on 5 shots tonight for Kendall Moriarty. Hobbs with a contested jumper.
It's a good answer.
What a shot.
Brett off to Hansen. The top of the key to the near side. Hobbs looks for 3. It's good. That was from downtown for Michigan. That was Bree McDaniel trying for 3. It won't go, and the Wolverines come away with the rebound. Kyra Evans evades pressure. Off to Jordan Hobbs for 3. In Michigan history to reach 1,000 points. Ball gets swung around. Hobbs puts up 3. It's nothing but net. Michigan back in possession. Layla Filia sends it over to Hobbs. Back in front, Cameron Williams does what she did a moment ago. Another 2 points for Michigan on the board. Quick handoff back to Filia. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Hobbs at the wing, goes for a long 3. She makes it! You have got to be kidding me. In the lead, 77-75. There's another look at that shot.
Hansen off the inbound. Three-pointer from Hobbs falls. Hobbs with a size advantage on Joyner. Bounce pass down to Evans inside. Pick and roll textbook from the Wolverines. Hobbs with a nice catch. Down low, stuck. Off the pump fake and rolls home the layup.
So Michigan down 6 to start the game tonight. Jordan Hobbs marches in. How about that shot? Spins it off the backboard. And is fouled and one for Jordan Hobbs.
Yeah, Jordan Hobbs. Megan, she has been lights out from three her last 3 games.
And transition threes are the toughest play to guard in basketball, and that's how you break the press if you're Michigan. Get the ball up the floor as fast as possible.
Inside to Owusu, another turnover. And plenty of time, 5 seconds. This is Felia. Sidestep, lean away, it's good! Inside for Evans, outside for Hobbs. And another 3 falls. Timeout, Penn State.
Michigan doing a great job right now getting the ball in.
That's just off. There's Evans again. And a reload for Michigan. One of the best offensive rebounding teams in the league. Hobbs and one. Striding right to the rack.
That was one of the most impressive finishes I have seen from.
Been a bit stagnant early in this half.
Nice find. Hobbs to Evans for 2.
Had a big win over Ohio State in this very building, and down the stretch, those are the wins that really matter.
Jordan Hobbs, a rain-making 3 to tie things up right out of the gates in the 4th quarter. So much goes through Layla Felia. She finds Hobbs. What a find. There's Brett. We're tied again for the 6th time tonight. Hobbs splitting 2. Off balance, off the window, and it somehow falls. Wolverines haven't scored in more than 2 game minutes. Jordan Hobbs trying to change that. She does with a chance for 3.
Jordan Hobbs has finished in every single manner.
Kyra Evans, lots of black jerseys around her. Michigan patient in its offense. Hobbs launches from 3, 4 for 4 as a squad here in the first.
For 3, I'll take it. And then obviously the little inside-outside action in Jordan Hobbs.
Hobbs along the baseline, beautiful reverse finish. It looked like she was just gonna float right to 2. Lob into Cameron Williams, beautiful finish.
It's a really well-designed inbounds play. We saw Michigan working on this a lot.
Oh, good from the mid-range there. That was another thing Wolverines did so well, shutting out this great offensive rebounding squad, and they're sharing the ball just as well.
Just attacking, just getting to the rim. And
Cameron Williams calling forward, a little traffic for the Wolverines. Here is Hobbs for 3.
Just to be aggressive without fouling, but we want to talk about dueling threes right here. Jordan Hobbs with a nice, you can't imagine an NCAA tournament that does not have a Maryland or Brenda Free's coach team in it. It'll be interesting to see how things shake out. That's why February is so important.
You're right about Thompson. That's something Coach Washington has talked about, both her and Herder. Finally understanding the speed of the game here in the Big Ten. 2-on-1, Hobbs. Stuck, surrounded inside. Hobbs, wide open 3. She's got 16.
Converts on the 4-point play. Michigan trying to silence the sold-out crowd at Carver Hawkeye. Hobbs buries it.
As a coach in her very young head coaching career.
Hobbs, quick drive. Her playing the 4 this year. She catches a lot of people off guard with that quickness. Another trap here, meanwhile. Williams ripping her way through traffic for 2.
We talked earlier about Cameron Williams and how efficient she is. She does a great job of sealing Julia Arod up high. And then Jordan.
Hansen splits the D. Hobbs will trigger off the catch and shoot. That's how Michigan started the game. We'll see if they can get back to it. On the ankle on one of those three-point fouls that Shimmy mentioned. Hobbs, this is what she does so well. The catch and shoot from three. But Hobbs is giving it to him right now.
Her name is Jordan for a reason. Just look at her. Hanging up there, Jordan Hobbs. Hanging up.
Came loose. Huge possession for the Wolverines. They want to push. Belia finishes.
Gotta play smart defense.
Now the crowd's starting to get in it here in Welsh Ryan Arena. Hobbs gonna pop the three. That's good.
Here's Celeste Taylor. You could tell she was gonna go to the rim. Referees letting both of these teams play through some contact. Hobbs there. Ice off the window.
You took the words right out of my mouth. It's like poetry. If you see the numbers on the front of the jerseys, hit them.
Another opportunity for Michigan. Jordan Hobbs drains it. Michigan now gets some extra time to work. Remember, this is a team that beat Ohio State in December. Quick pull by Hobbs and off the glass for the Buckeyes.
Michigan starting to get things going, waking up. The most unpredictable year in the Big Ten.
Just a miscue there by the Buckeyes. Oh, that's a drill there. That's what you do in practice.
Jones has 11 points. Hobbs feeds Williams once again. Michigan.
That's right. Williams battling foul trouble for the whole game, but when she has been in the game, she has.
She had a summer surgery on her foot. I mean, the future is definitely bright for Katie Geralds and the Boilermakers. Tough move from Hobbs inside. The intensity in this arena, the fans know it, and Michigan's players know how important this game is for them to make the NCAA tournament. Hansen provided the offensive punch for Michigan in the first quarter. Starts things off for them in the second.
Holding it down for us.
They're going to have a lot to talk about because they're going to look back at all 4 games today, look ahead to tomorrow's 4 games. Look at this inbound from Hobbs. 6 to shoot for Jordan Hobbs. Another behind the back, finds some space and scores.
Michigan is getting back in transition defense. Indiana has not had an open look that's been easy in a while.
Jordan Hobbs has struggled to score. We heard at halftime, head coach saying Mackenzie Holmes, their leading scorer and rebounder, was not playing, and it would depend on how the game would go. But that basket by Cam Williams now means Michigan has taken the lead in this game.
What a job by Cam Williams and the Michigan Wolverines establishing their dominance in the post. Off the ball screen, that's a classic pick, roll, and one.
Jordan Hobbs from very deep.
But what I'm not running out of is reasons to tell you why paint touches matter, because they lead to open three-point opportunities. Jordan Hobbs is the most energetic player in the building. Oh, and by the way,
Hobbs, a deep three, yes!
Caitlin Clark to Hannah Stolke number is something that's worked very well this year.
Hobbs looks for another. She's got it.
Multiple defenders, and then Jordan Hobbs wide open all day to shoot that shot.
Hobbs, she's feeling it.
Crowd silencer.
Well, Lehigh's done a good job of when Michigan has gotten down the lane, they just haven't had a shot to finish. Here's Swords. Nice kick out. Hobbs, her first look at a three today is good. Against McQuillan, now takes the top of the key, lobs elbow for Camp Schrader. To Hobbs, catch and shoot three from Jordan is good. Second three for Hobbs. Hobbs brings it up the floor for Michigan. Quick pass over to Holloway, behind the elbow against McQuillan. Over to Hobbs. Catch, shoot, three, splash! Oh, Jordan Hobbs. Closest it's been recently is 5. Here's Hobbs working right, behind the back dribble. Hobbs, Euro, off glass, good. What a take by Jordan Hobbs for 2.
Michigan pushes. Hobbs open for a 3. Yes, indeed. Jordan Hobbs, her 9th triple so far this year. An 11-0 start, and Central Michigan has to pause it.
Can't get much better of a start than that.
Cam Schrader. She just chimed back in for the Wolverines. Hobbs, catch and shoot. Oh, she nails it. Same spot as her earlier 3. Holloway tries to get into the 3-ball act. Sword saves the possession on the weak side. Now Hobbs off the glass and 1.
Strong take by Hobbs there, and Silas Swords on the glass. Talked about this coming. Julia Grabovskaya, 6'5", off Michigan bench in there as the big for Oakland, Serenity Roberts-Adams exits. Hobbs inside, good steal for Olsen, and she can finish.
Yeah, and I think the big storyline.
Mila Holloway will trigger here. Get it into Hobbs, on the move, a 3, knocks it through, Jordan Hobbs.
Counting for over half of their total points in this game.
Olsen, short corner is good. Olivia Olsen with the mid-range. Madison Royal Davis, dribble handoff for Skorupski, dribbles off her own foot. Here's Jordan Hobbs. Roberts-Adams contests Hobbs, finishes right around her. Third foul for Roberts-Adams. Hobbs, one more, Cam Schrader, and the finish. Pretty look from Jordan Hobbs on the bounce. Olsen has the rebound, tried to throw it ahead. Skorupski was there, but Swords corrals. Requires Daniels. Out to Hobbs, a triple. Bingo, Jordan Hobbs for 3.
Silas Swords finds the first basket for the Wolverines. And now a turnover from Long Island. Wolverines rush back down. Swords does it again. First 4 points for the Wolverines. Short pass to Holloway. She'll pull up at the top of the arc. Drop back to Hobbs, and look at that pass. Silas Swords in the paint. And a gorgeous layup. And sloppy play from the Sharks in that excellent lockdown defense, just forcing the Sharks to make turnovers. Meanwhile, gorgeous pass to Olivia Olsen. Hobbs looks to drive in, shot clock dark, puts the layup up and finds another 2 points for Michigan as time expires. An explosive first quarter. Or excuse me, a 3-second violation. So the Wolverines get possession. Hobbs drops it low to Olsen, the layup, good. Still no scoring. Out of the media timeout. Hobbs dribbles in, connects with Dunbar. And Ayanna Dunbar.
Hobbs met with some good pressure, but drives. Swings it to Olsen underneath for the reverse shot.
So only 2 in the first quarter. Demonstrates clear improvement for them.
Good ball movement by the Wolverines for Olsen to score.
Knew that one had gone back and ultimately just had to take that violation. Inside gives Northwestern its largest lead of the game at 5.
Hobbs, top of the key. It's pure. Jordan Hobbs for 3.
Understanding she didn't have the open look and passing it off.
Hobbs, oh, a gorgeous hook shot. A kiss off the glass for 2. Hobbs to a cutting Swords, puts it up with the left hand and finishes. 50-44 Michigan.
For Northwestern in the last 2.5 minutes, which have allowed them to retake the lead.
Hobbs the spin with the left hand. Back and forth we go here in Ann Arbor. Timeout, Kim Barnes-Arico. Hobbs spins over Williams, off the glass. Tough shot taker, tough shot maker, Jordan Hobbs for 2.
She doesn't make many, but she doesn't look to score that much. But she's definitely does her job well right here, setting the tone on the defensive end.
Here's Hobbs to lift, and it rattles home for 3-point land.
So they're going to be very entertaining there in Ann Arbor for a long time. That one's stolen away. Hobbs with it, takes it in strong for two.
Look at this play right here by Hobbs. Gets off the contact. We used to call that hollowing out so that you can get off the contact. He has a right hand.
Transfer from Oklahoma State. An errant pass and the basketball free on the sideline. He scoops it, and outstanding defense there. Burholz trying to kick it back out, but gave it away. That'll produce a fast break opportunity and laid up and in by Holloway. Not to pick up another foul, which would be her fourth in the last 2 minutes of the third. Hobbs with a triple. Got it.
Hobbs has been outstanding.
It is 3 charges drawn by Michigan and 3 fouls on Iriathan. That's a big storyline as Hobbs connects on a 3. What a couple of possessions. Putting the ball in Jordan Hobbs' hands here recently. Van Timmeren back to Hobbs. She hits another 3. Jordan Hobbs is 3 for 5.
Just an incredible shooting there by Hobbs. And I mean, she's playing so hard. She
certainly felt like the Trojans have control, but Michigan hanging around, and Hobbs picks up 2 more. What a first half.
Her square up, face up game really improved when she was at Stanford. I mean, she made leaps and bounds in her square up, face up game. I thought was huge.
Still 31 points for Juju Watkins, 13 for 14 from the free throw line. Jordan Hobbs flips it up and in. 2 minutes to go.
Nice closeout by Dugalich.
6'3" into the paint, and that one will finally nestle into the net, and it is all tied up. A 9-0
over Dugalich with that reach, went around her. Watch this. Here it is right here. Little turn around. She does a reverse spin, and then she attacks 6'7" Lauren Betts. At that point, the defense had broken down. Hobbs just playing like there's no tomorrow.
Well, this UCLA defense is locked down. You're getting that over. Gardner might have been deflected. I think Anderson deflected that one, and now she's on the move, and she's going to score in transition. What an exchange for Olsen.
Hard to stop McMahon once she gets rolling downhill. Hobbs tries a deep triple. Got it! Jordan Hobbs for 3. 5 for 5 from downtown, a big part of it. Here's Delphos. Now Hobbs, 5 on the shot clock. Go to work on McMahon, behind the back, pulls up. Tough shot, and Jordan Hobbs got it. Into Olsen, caught it and finished it. Didn't even need to come down.
Against that press in this half, seem to have gotten used to it at this point.
Hobbs to Swords, she'll lay it up and in.
Puts herself on the Wolverine end of the ball.
Hobbs has the ball at the top of the key. Hobbs behind the back, stops and pops. Feeling out process Purdue needs to figure out here as they get into the meat of the Big Ten schedule. And 1 from downtown.
Hobbs in her 100th game, puts up a 3, got it, and 1. 4-point play for Jordan Hobbs. Swords inside, Campstrader left hand, can't finish it. Gets her own rebound, sends it out. Hobbs, time to tee up a 3. Bingo, Jordan Hobbs.
Dean, someone who only has 2 points. We've seen her score a ton this season, as much as 40 points against Northwestern, but
Jordan Hobbs, another triple.
Even make it easier. It doesn't make you feel any better about it. If anything, it can be even a little more discouraging because you work so hard and still fall short.
Seeing the court for the first time in this one. Right corner try, got it, and 1. Jordan Hobbs hits a right corner 3, and she'll have a chance for a 4-point play.
Jordan Hobbs, one of the 2 seniors in this Michigan starting lineup. They start 2 seniors. And
Happened because of the skip pass after the offensive rebound. That's where you want to make teams pay.
Quick pace the opposite way for the Wolverines. Corliss Daniels gets the bucket.
Just goes to show how much of a force she's been for this team. Sarah Williams not able to hold on to that one. Holloway coming the other way.
Here comes Holloway kicking it out. It's an open three, and this time Michigan hits. And now Michigan a chance to get a bucket on the board to end it. Here's a three ball to tie it. It's good. Oh, what an answer from Michigan to end quarter number 3. Still some time left. It's a long heave, no good, and just the way you'd like to see it. As Olsen guarded by Douglas. Now it's Hobbs on the drive, the spin, swooping in, tough shot, no problem. Lead up to 4 now for the Wolverines. And it will be a timeout for Wisconsin. Michigan still with a lead here.
Yeah, and if you're going to have anyone on the line at that point, you want it to be Natalie Leisinger. Has the best free throw percentage on the team.
Jeez, Jordan Hobbs.
Only trailing by 1 point, 4:18 left in the game.
And with that 3, Wisconsin reaches 12. That's tied for second in their program history in a single game. Right on cue, the silencer from Jordan Hobbs.
Ball's nearly stolen and recovered by Hobbs. Who drains a deep shot as the shot clock is winding down. And we take a look back at these replays, that impressive shot from Hobbs. What do you think the Ducks need to be doing to try off the court and off the bench? Hobbs finds Olsen underneath for a nice little alley-oop.
Again, it's going to be interesting to see what Michigan does with their coverage, but a beautiful setup. Backdoor play from Olsen, the delivery from Hobbs.
Double figures already for Markowski. Remember feeling under the weather that last time in that road loss, only had 8. Oh, how about that? Hobbs, landing on her fanny and seeing that ball go down and 1, baby.
Yeah, Jordan Hobbs is definitely a strong driver. She's got the size as well. Operates along the baseline. Little hop step finish around to the other side.
She's waving at that one is Markowski. Can't mop up. Michigan loving this pace. Tough shot off the glass. Oh, Jordan Hobbs.
It has been the Wolverines the last few minutes. Getting out in transition. Hobbs here going left. Gets the rebound high, keeps it high, and then uses the glass.
17 points for Markowski, and Hobbs has got the big meat on. She'll go to the line.
Jordan Hobbs plays so hard. Like she's going 110%. Watch her here, just initiate the contact, and then get it up off the glass.
We love to see freshmen come out here and operate the way this trio of freshmen has been operating on the road.
Hobbs launching the 3, draining the 3.
Shot clock down to 10. Michigan's number 10 storms in and gets the friendly roll.
She's their leader.
Poked away somehow by Quarles Daniels. She had 4 steals on Sunday. Up ahead, Hobbs, and 1. Thanks to our crew for getting that score bug settled. Jordan Hobbs in for 2. She has an early 7 for U of M, which is not common for these two teams. 2 of the best 3-point shooting teams in the Big Ten. Hobbs off the dribble and off the glass. Only worse is if you aren't invited, like those bottom 3 teams. Jordan Hobbs back out there to start the 4th. What a crafty move for 2 to stop that Indiana momentum. Hobbs over to Swords for 3, and she's off the schneid. First points of the night, and Michigan needed them badly.
Swords finally seeing one fall. I don't expect that to be her last shot attempt of the night.
Hobbs to the bucket. Another reverse for 2. Michigan with some pace. Hobbs spins, holds on to the ball, works through the Hoosiers, and ties the game at 61. Michigan has Camp Schrader back in there for offense. She whips it to Hobbs, and 1! Career high 20.
Several times, 10 of their 13 points have come in the paint.
Final minute here in the first.
But Pac-12 wasn't there, so it's Hobbs. Knocks down the three.
Yeah, that dribble was high, but her hand was still on top of the ball, so it wasn't a carry. I saw a lot of people motioning for a carry. You got to come under the ball for that.
Hobbs with 1 second, tough runner. And Michigan by 7 after 1 in College Park, and Hobbs with 5 late points.
Well, this game has been...
Holloway out to Swords. Hobbs behind the back, into the lane. Gets it with the left.
This is the advantage that Michigan has. They can pull Gracie Merkel out of the paint, away from the rim, and then take her back into the paint to the rim.
Fulter nearly ripped it away from her. Hobbs, open look off the play. Got it, a three-pointer for Jordan Hobbs.
She said sometimes there's an advantage of not maybe having the experience in this league to where the pressure affects you as Hobbs hits the first three for the Wolverines. Fans making noise. Can't tell you enough just how electric the atmosphere here is inside the State Farm Center. Hobbs, tough bucket! The senior Jordan Hobbs with the and one.
And this was big. Look at that. You know, Michigan does a nice job in spreading the floor. That spacing makes it tough at times to find the bodies in the box out.
That's Jordan Hobbs from deep. She drills it.
Foul call. Doesn't get it, and she thought that's what forced it out. But how about the quick release? No hesitation.
Definitely think they've cemented their spot.
Well, and Autumn, let me throw another one. How about the game against USC? They led by 12 in the third quarter of that game before the Trojans came back to win. 6:30 Eastern, 5:30 Central Time. Feed to Olsen. Hobbs was all over that one on the assist.
Oh, the hang time, the alley-oop for Olsen, able to finish. Trying to get her going. That's a good draw up in the timeout as Washington, another time they have. It's been a problem at times in their losses where there's maybe been a key player on, but then not enough from others.
Jordan Hobbs!
And Kim Barnes-Arico told us today at shoot-around, she said, Jordan Hobbs, this is a team we've got to bring our energy and our effort from the start. We've got to be ready from the get-go. Well, Jordan Hobbs brought it. She's been in it every second of this.
Swords, that pass to her was a bit too high, but avoids going out of bounds. There's another open look for Olsen. Watch out! Timeout, Maryland. 2 on the clock. Hobbs. Yes!
Much needed momentum shifter there for Michigan to take in here at halftime because it had been all Maryland this quarter.
The Michigan Wolverines scored 27 points.
Now 7 turnovers for the Trojans in this first half alone. Hobbs is going to put it up from 3 and drain it.
It's a knee-jerk reaction when I see that. It looks like she just dragged that toe.
Hobbs wants another, and she's got it! Points.
Well, Jordan Hobbs has been absolutely blistering the nets. 4 of 9 from 3 in their last game. Look at the bench.